The narwhal's tusk is not a tusk at all. It is a tooth. A single canine tooth that grows straight through the upper lip of this Arctic whale, spiraling counterclockwise, reaching lengths of up to 3 meters, longer than a grown man is tall. And for centuries, no one on Earth knew what it was for. Beneath the ice of the Arctic Ocean, in waters so cold they would kill a human within minutes, the narwhal moves in pods of 5 to 10, sometimes hundreds. They are medium-sized whales, roughly 5 meters long, weighing up to 1,600 kilograms. Their skin mottles with age, pale and speckled like old birchwood. They carry no fin on their backs. They navigate under ice with only a small raised ridge where a dorsal fin might have been, a design suited for sliding beneath frozen ceilings where other whales cannot go. They spend their winters far offshore, beneath pack ice so thick and dense that there is almost no open water. They dive to depths of 1,800 meters, deeper than almost any other cetacean, hunting Arctic cod and Greenland halibut in total darkness. Their dives last 25 minutes. Then they surface through tiny cracks in the ice, breathing holes no larger than a body, and descend again. For most of human history, no one had seen them do this. The narwhal lived in a world no human could enter. What humans found instead was the tusk. In the Middle Ages, narwhal tusks washed up on European shores or arrived by trade from the Norse. No one connected them to any living animal. They were believed to be the horns of a unicorn, a creature of myth and power. Powdered unicorn horn was sold as an antidote to poison, a cure for plague, a medicine that could save kings. Pound for pound, the tusks were worth 10 times their weight in gold. The Danish throne, still on display in Copenhagen, is carved entirely from narwhal ivory. Monarchs paid fortunes for it. Apothecaries ground it into medicine and sold it to the desperate and the dying. The truth was stranger than any myth. The narwhal tusk is a sensory organ. Inside it runs 10 million nerve endings, each one connected to the outside world through tiny channels in the surface of the tooth. The tusk can detect changes in water temperature, pressure, and salinity. It may help the animal sense prey. It reads the chemistry of the ocean with extraordinary precision. It is, in essence, a biological instrument, one of the most sensitive structures found anywhere in the natural world. Males use them in combat too, crossing their tusks above the water in a behavior scientists call tusking. Females, most of whom have no tusk at all, seem to select mates partly on tusk quality. So the tooth serves as weapon, status symbol, and sensory array simultaneously. Evolution rarely wastes an adaptation. In the narwhal, it stacked 3 functions into one. The narwhal communicates in clicks and whistles and pulsed calls that travel vast distances through Arctic water. Each pod carries its own acoustic signature. They locate prey with echolocation, building a picture of the dark water around them entirely in sound. Their clicks can be precisely aimed, focused like a beam of sonar into the depths below. They are also remarkably tactical under threat. When a killer whale enters their territory, narwhals do not simply flee. They freeze. They go still in the water, barely moving, as if movement itself would trigger the predator. And when they do run, they flee toward the ice pack, pressing into the narrowest leads between floes where orcas, with their tall dorsal fins, cannot follow. The ice is not just their habitat. It is their armor. Inuit peoples have hunted narwhals for thousands of years. The animal provided food, oil, rope made from skin, and vitamin C from the raw skin itself, called muktuk, which prevented scurvy in a world without plant life for months at a time. The tusk was carved into tools. Nothing was wasted. The relationship between the Inuit and the narwhal is among the longest-standing human-animal connections in the Arctic. Their knowledge of narwhal behavior, migration, and season preceded any Western scientific study by millennia. Today the narwhal faces a world it was not built for. The Arctic is warming at 4 times the rate of the global average. The sea ice the narwhal depends on for protection and hunting is shrinking. Open water means access for killer whales that once could not penetrate the pack ice. It means new shipping routes cutting through narwhal habitat. It means noise, propeller noise, sonar, that interferes with echolocation and disrupts communication in animals whose survival depends entirely on sound. The narwhal is classified as least concern by international conservation assessments. But that status rests on population estimates that are difficult to verify in a world of ice and darkness. Narwhals are among the hardest animals on Earth to study. They live where humans cannot follow. They dive beyond the reach of most research equipment. They exist in a region undergoing transformation faster than any ecosystem in recorded history. There are roughly 170,000 narwhals alive today. It sounds like a safe number. But these animals have one of the narrowest habitat ranges of any large whale, one of the slowest reproduction rates, and one of the most specialized ecological dependencies in the ocean. They are calibrated to a specific world. And that world is changing beneath them. The narwhal spent roughly 5 million years perfecting its relationship with Arctic ice. It evolved a tooth that reads the sea. It learned to breathe through cracks in a frozen ceiling. It built an entire way of life in a place where almost nothing else can survive. Consider who its closest living relative is. The beluga whale, a sociable, adaptable animal found across the Arctic and subarctic, known for surviving in warmer coastal waters, capable of thriving near human settlements. The two species diverged around 5 million years ago. And where the beluga generalized, the narwhal went deep into specialization, trading flexibility for mastery of the most extreme environment on the planet. It is the most committed creature in the Arctic. And in a world that is changing, commitment is a form of vulnerability. The last thing to know about the narwhal is this. The spiral of its tusk always turns in the same direction. Every narwhal tusk ever recorded spirals counterclockwise. Not one specimen has ever been found spiraling the other way. No one fully understands why. In an animal that has yielded so many of its secrets under scientific scrutiny, this single stubborn fact remains unexplained. The unicorn of the sea has kept at least one mystery to itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more incredible facts.